Namaste. Welcome to another episode of Akash Varta. In this episode, we'll be discussing about part 2 of PSLV development process. In the first episode, if you haven't listened to it, please go back and listen to part 1 of PSLV Launch Vehicles India series. In that episode, I went through the extensive process that Indian Space Research Organization had to go through to develop our first fully capable satellite launch vehicle, that is Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, that is capable of putting satellites into both sun synchronous orbits and low Earth orbits. Now in this episode, in part 2 of PSLV, we'll be discussing about the technical aspects of PSLV. So before getting into that, to give you a recap, on 20th of September 1933, PSLV D1, the first experimental satellite of Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, took place from Sriharikota Launch Complex, and it was a failure. But immediately after 1 year, we made the necessary corrections and we were successfully able to put it in orbit. Since then, we had 53 launches, out of them 2 are failure, 1 is an no-go kind of a thing. But nonetheless, we designed and built a versatile rocket to meet our space needs. So without any further delay, let us get a deeper understanding of the specifications of PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicles. So to give you a heads up, all these details are available at isro.gov.in. I have taken them directly from their website. If you wish to explore it a bit deeper, you can go to their website isro.gov.in. They have a very interactive section over there. I wish it was more interactive, but nonetheless, compared to other websites, this is far better. So coming back to the vehicle itself, the vehicle specifications means the height of the PSLV, which was 44 meters. As I discussed in the part 1, the diameter was decided it would be 2.8 meters. And it had 4 different stages, and it has a lift of mass of 320 tons, and that is with the XL variant. Later on, I'll be going into a bit deeper as to how many variants of PSLVs have been and how many are in current use and why did we develop those number of variants. But for now, let us stick to the specifications of the vehicle itself. So if you are thinking of putting a satellite at low types of orbits, particularly your IRS satellites, remote sensing satellites, that is, it can take a payload of 1700 kilometers to a sun synchronous orbit of 600 kilometer altitude. And if you want to place a payload into a sun synchronous or geosynchronous or geostationary orbits, which are your communication satellites, your GPS styled NAVIC satellites. Remember the IRNNS, India's NAVIC navigation system. If you are considering to put that kinds of satellites into geostationary orbits or GTOs, it can carry a payload weighing 1425 kgs to the geostationary orbits. Now that is the range of PSLV in terms of the weight the payload it can carry depending on the orbit that you want to place the payload at or inject the payload at. Now let us look at the variants themselves. Let us look at the various variants later on variants, but let us look at the stages themselves. The first stage, that is PS1, it uses an solid rocket motor that is supported by 6 solid strap-on boosters, and it produces a maximum thrust of 4800 kilonewtons. When you look at the strap-on boosters themselves, they were developed by ISRO themselves. And depending upon the variant of the PSLV that is being flown or chosen to launch a specific payload, the number of strap-on motors on the PSLV vary themselves. Depending upon the variant, they range anywhere from 6 additional strap-on motors to 0, meaning no additional strap-on boosters to the core stage itself. Now the idea of adding the strap-on boosters is to augment the thrust that is provided by the first stage itself. Now let us move on to the second stage, that is PS2. It uses Earth Storable Liquid Rocket Engine, and this is the engine that I was talking about in the first part. The Vikas engine arrived from the Viking through the SEP company. So this is the Vikas engine and it is a liquid propulsion engine. Now the two stages are done. Let us move on to the third stage, that is PS3. Not your PlayStation 3 but PS3. Now this stage again uses a solid rocket motor that provides the upper stages with higher thrust after the atmospheric phase in the launch trajectory is done or launch flight path is done. This is the third stage. After the third stage is ejected or discarded, the fourth stage kicks into high gear. Now fourth and the final stage, which is the uppermost stage in the PSLV vehicle, the PS4, not a PlayStation, but the stage, it comprises of two Earth Storable Liquid engines. This is the stage that is primarily used to place satellites in orbit, and this is where the satellite sits using the adapters developed by ISRO. And the adapters are used to hold the satellite in place. We know that. I'm not trying to teach you anything, but I'm trying to make you aware of it. Now with that knowledge in mind, let us understand how many types or how many variants of PSLV exist in the wild. Now, the design itself and the booster technology that we developed allows the PSLV vehicle to carry different types of payloads for different kinds of missions. And this called for various changes, additions or deductions to be made to the core vehicle to carry out these specific missions and be economically viable too. Now when ISRO was initially planning PSLV, they planned for a number of variants to cater to different requirements, but in current use there are only two variants. That is the PSLV core alone variant, that is PSLV CA. This core variant does not have any strap-on motors attached to it, and the other variant that is currently in use by ISRO is the XL variant. It is special because it has 6 extended length strap-on motors that have 12 tons of HTBP propellant stuffed to the gills, and that is where the name XL comes from, extended length. And these are the two variants that we use currently to put satellites in orbit. Maybe that is PSLV CA core alone variant and PSLV XL extended length variant. These two variants alone provide ISRO to place payloads that range from 3,800 kg in low Earth orbit to satellites weighing 1,800 kilometers in a sun-synchronous orbit. The range variation is huge, and that gives a lot of options in terms of payload carrying capacities. Now these are the two active ones. Let us look at the previous versions that are no longer used by ISRO and were used by ISRO in the past, at least once in one case. The first one that we'll look at is PSLV-G. Here the word G means generic variant or the generic version. which had similar 4 stages with similar strap-on motors, but with only 9-ton propellant loaded into them. In the XL variant, the propellant loaded is 12 tons. That too a high percentage of highly capable propellant called HTBP. In the PSLV-G variant, only 9-ton propellant was loaded into the strap-on, but rest of the vehicle was same. The next variant is PSLV D1. This variant had only 2 strap-on boosters with 12 ton of propellant loaded into them. Now comes the PSLV QL. Now this variant had 4 ground-lit strap-on boosters and had 12 tons of propellant loaded onto them. And we had one more variant that was just a concept, which consisted of having 3 stages of the PSLV, and it would have 6 strap-on boosters again, and the second stage which had the Vikas engine or which has the Vikas engine is removed from the vehicle, and it would again will have a solid engine in it. The intent was to put smaller satellites into low Earth orbit. Now that is being again translated into the small satellite launch vehicle that ISRO is developing right now. So that was the earlier intention, that they have this PSLV QL version. Now the QL version has translated into SSLV, small satellite launch vehicle. Now these are the variants that ISRO is currently using, and ISRO had used, and ISRO intends to develop based on the current PSLV platform. As of today, that is 2021 March, ISRO had launched 53 PSLVs, or had 53 launches with PSLV platform, out of which 50 were successful, 2 missions failed and 1 was a partial failure. Mind you, some of those 50 successful launches include our Chandrayaan, our Mars Orbiter mission MOM, and good news by the way, we have confirmation that Mars Orbiter is fine and healthy. Because of the distance between the Mars and Earth and the challenges in the communications involved, they have put it on sleeping mode. I am using the term sleeping mode because it's easy to explain. Maybe once it is back in range, we'll re-establish communication with it, and it might carry out its scientific mission in the future. And not only that, in a single go, we launched more than 100 satellites, setting an world record. That was through PSLV C-37. We launched 104 satellites in February of 2017. See, later on SpaceX launched some 143 satellites in a single mission, but I'm pretty sure ISRO is going to try to break that record in the near future. Now, with all these accomplishments, with all this developmental hell that we went through, or the development phase that we went through, and the successes that we had, and the milestones that we reached through PSLV platform, we can truly say now that PSLV is truly the workhorse of ISRO, and we have many more missions to see in the future, many more milestones to be achieved through PSLV platform, and I sincerely hope that I would get to see one PSLV launch from Sriharikota in person in near future, and I intend to keep that promise. I'll take you, all of you, along with me for the ride. I'll share videos, audio and everything. Hope you and your family are doing well. Thank you for tuning into Akash Varta Launch Vehicle Series, India's Rockets, or India Series, or Launch Vehicles, whatever the name is confusing, I'll try to shorten it. Please tune in for the next week episode, where I'll be doing a deep dive, or a similar deep dive with more information, more expertise, more anecdotes and everything into the development of the GSLV. And I cannot wait to share what I know and learned over the years about the GSLV platform. And GSLV is the platform that we are going to put humans, Indians, Vyomanauts into space. Man version of it, Mark 3, GSLV Mark 3. And please do subscribe, share, comment, and follow me on Twitter at Akashvarta to get latest updates and to interact with me and to give me suggestions as to what are the new episodes that you want to see from me. If you have any feedback, please do let me know, because your feedback will certainly help in making the best of the best content to you people. And once again, thanks for supporting me. Have a great day. Namaste.